I bet you didn't realize how easy it is to make Lebanese style chicken kafta. I'm gonna show you how, and it just needs a few ingredients. Seriously guys, just a few ingredients. We've got some ground chicken, parsley, onions, cinnamon, salt, pepper, and garlic. But the flavor is so unique and so amazing. You're gonna love this. Okay, let's get started. So we've got a pound of ground chicken right here. And what we're gonna do is we're going to add half a teaspoon of salt, a fourth of a teaspoon of black pepper, 2 teaspoons of cinnamon. And I know what you're thinking, cinnamon doesn't seem like it belongs on chicken, but we actually use a lot of cinnamon in our Lebanese cooking because it just brings out a nice, warm and sweet note. Next, what we're gonna do is we're going to chop up 1 garlic clove. And I know what you're thinking, Lebanese recipe and only 1 garlic clove. Trust me, a lot of my aunts will actually use 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 garlic cloves in this recipe. But for me, I think the most important flavors here are the onions and the parsley. So I try to reduce the garlic just to kind of make sure that the onions and parsley are more dominant. Let's add the garlic on top of the chicken. Next, we're gonna cut up some onions. You don't need a lot of onions. I would say about 1/4 of a cup for 1 pound of ground chicken. You guys, that onion was strong. Small but strong. Okay, as you can see, I actually I minced it and then I went through it a bunch more times just to make sure that it's very finely minced and that it's gonna be really well incorporated into that chicken. Next thing we're gonna do is we're going to chop up some parsley to go on top of the ground chicken. And we'll probably again need as much parsley as we've got onions, so about 1/4 of a cup to 1/2 a cup. So you can actually use a food processor for chopping the onions and chopping the parsley to make this a lot easier. And that's especially helpful if you're grinding the chicken yourself using a food processor. But I prefer to chop the parsley and the onions myself because I notice that it releases less liquid this way. So as long as I've got chicken that's already ground, then I'll just chop it myself. If you can't find ground chicken, what I recommend doing is putting in a food processor 1/2 pound of chicken breast and 1/2 pound of chicken thighs. And that's going to give you the best combination of tenderness and fattiness and texture. We'll use our food scraper right now to grab all of that parsley and transfer it on top of the chicken. So we've got the ground chicken, the cinnamon, salt, pepper, garlic, onions, and parsley, and we have everything we need for the chicken kafta. Now all we have to do is form them into their oblong shapes. You can also form them into rounder shapes if you wanted to, but more traditionally you'll see them as a nice long oblong shape, as I've done with my beef kafta before. All right, and the best way to do this, with your hands. We're going to add some olive oil to our pan, and I like to use a grill pan just to get those beautiful grilled marks on there. And I also like to make sure that I add a little bit of oil on my hands as well. And this helps to make sure that the chicken doesn't stick to your hands when you're forming them into an oblong shape. Plus, it's really good moisturizer. First, I like to form them into a ball, just about 1/4 of a cup of the mixture. And then after forming them into a ball, I'll just use kind of a rolling motion to get this oblong shape of the kafta. And we'll go ahead and put it right on the heated grill pan. And then we'll repeat the process until we've used up all of the chicken kafta mixture. Now, if you're actually going to grill this, what I recommend is putting them on a skewer and then placing them in the fridge until you're ready to grill, because what's gonna happen is as they sit in the fridge, they're just going to solidify a little bit better so they don't fall off of that skewer. Okay, it's time to flip them. I'm not the best at this, so I always grab at least 2 utensils. Tongs sometimes can like mush them together, so I think a spatula works really well, and something else to just kind of secure the other side. All right, let's check up on this chicken kafta, see how it's looking. And it's a good idea to turn the kafta around on each side so you can get grill marks all over that kafta. So kind of standing it up on its side like this. All right, and these babies are done. We're gonna go ahead and just put them on a plate. Just gonna go ahead and garnish it with a little bit of parsley. And the way we like to serve chicken kafta Lebanese style is we like to serve it with a little bit of vermicelli rice and some fattoush or any kind of Arabic salad. All right, we've got a mini Lebanese feast going on here with the chicken kafta, the vermicelli rice, AKA Lebanese rice, and a simple Lebanese salad. So this is how I like to make my plate. I'm gonna show you guys what I like to do. So take a little bit of this rice. It's like the bed of rice, and the rice is nice and warm and buttery, and it's actually made with toasted vermicelli and long grain rice. Then I'm gonna add a couple pieces of kafta. And I actually really love when the cold citrusy salad hits that warm rice. Oh my gosh, it's such a good combination. And this right here is one of my favorite meals ever, and my whole family really enjoys this. We like to also make it with a side of hummus sometimes, a little bit of garlic sauce, and just the whole works pretty much. So time for a taste test. Grab some of the salad in there. You guys, that is so good. You can really taste the onions and the garlic and that warm cinnamon flavor. Really makes it authentic and super flavorful. If you've never tried kafta before, this is such an easy recipe to try, and I hope you guys enjoy it as much as we do. If you do try this recipe, please tweet me, DM me, Facebook me, send me a message on Instagram, and let me know how you guys like it, because I love to hear about your remakes and how you enjoy these recipes. And if you enjoyed this video, please share it with your friends and family, and I'll see you guys in the next video.